Cocaine is one of the most deadly and addictive substances. It is classified in the drug index under stimulants, which increases the activity of the central nervous system. In 2016, nearly 2 million people aged 12 and over reported using cocaine in the U.S. Statistics suggest that cocaine use differs by age, ethnicity, gender, and employment status, amongst other factors. Cocaine use typically begins in late adolescence to early adulthood because this is when people are more likely to experiment with drugs. Short-term effects of cocaine include a loss of touch with reality, intense feelings of happiness, sweating, dilated pupils, agitation, as well as increased heart rate and body temperature. Cocaine stimulates the central nervous system by inhibiting dopamine reuptake. The ventral tegmental area releases dopamine, working as the reward system in your brain. This allows an individual to feel pleasure. Dopamine is released from the presynaptic neuron into the synaptic cleft. It then binds to the dopamine receptors on the postsynaptic cleft, leaving you feeling good. Normally, dopamine is reabsorbed by the dopamine transporter. However, cocaine binds to the dopamine transporter, preventing it from being taken back up into the presynaptic cell and recycled. This keeps dopamine stimulation ongoing, keeping the individual feeling energized, alert, and happy. Individuals who use cocaine no longer get this dopamine response from everyday pleasurable experiences they would normally get it from before using the drugs. The euphoria that comes from cocaine use outweighs any experience from before, and the individual returns to drug-seeking behaviors. The euphoric feelings from cocaine can last anywhere from 50 to 90 minutes, but average around 30 minutes, before dopamine levels start to decrease, leading to feelings of paranoia, restlessness, and an all-around uninterest in anything that's around them. Withdrawal symptoms tend to be emotional, confusing, and mentally difficult rather than physically painful, which reinstates the use to urge again. Withdrawal symptoms are often the opposite of the effects that the drug has on you. Long-term abuse of cocaine make an individual's brain less sensitive to dopamine by building a tolerance, meaning larger and larger quantities are needed to produce the drug's effects. Because larger amounts are needed to support the addiction, other medical issues can occur. Most prominently are heart attacks, hypertension, seizures, coma, abdominal pain, and extreme vomiting. Cocaine-related deaths are most often caused by seizures or heart attack. Other serious long-term changes are to the mood, with auditory hallucinations, paranoia, and psychosis being the most common. Drug abuse studies show long-term cocaine abuse can lead to decreased blood flow to certain areas of the brain. Cocaine users have decreased blood flow and activity to the prefrontal cortex, which is involved in decision-making, thinking, and movement. This is called hypofrontality. There's no current treatment for cocaine addiction other than cognitive behavioral therapy by talking through ways to stay away from situations the individual would have previously used in, and help introduce new coping skills and techniques. Researchers are working on a vaccine to reduce the risk of relapse. The vaccine stimulates the immune system to make cocaine-specific antibodies that bind to cocaine, preventing it from getting to the brain. However, only 30% of subjects attain sufficient levels of antibodies lasting for only 2 months. They are still working to enhance the strength of the binding to cocaine and its ability to elicit antibodies. Hopefully, there will be a vaccine soon. If you or someone you know is struggling with addiction, don't wait. Get help today. Give a call to 1-800-931-9884.